Hey guys. Hello. Welcome to tonight's edition of Ask Me Anything. So tonight we're going to be doing more of an interview style, and hope you guys like that. So just to go ahead and introduce ourselves, my name is Jasmine Colbreth. I'm a freshman computer science major at the illustrious Alabama A&M University.
Heard you. I'm Jada Grant. I'm a freshman computer science major, math minor at the Morgan State University. Go Bears.
And my name is Renelle Beeford. I'm go to Prairie View A&M University in Texas, and I'm a computer science major and a digital media arts major. So today is the fourth day of the career track. Oh, I thought you was gonna go.
So I was just like, oh, she has a story.
Oh, because I had to fill in space.
Oh, okay. Well, the moderator got it.
All right, so I'm acting as your moderator tonight. So I have a couple questions. You guys can go in as in depth as you guys would like. Okay. So the first question is, what companies are you guys discussing tonight, and what do they do in like their particular field?
I'll start. I'm discussing Outcast, and it is a marketing. It's a marketing company, and what they do is like they're basically like a public relations. So their clients are other companies like Nike, Walgreens, or whoever that hires them, and they basically work with them on promotion, and also like working with like magazines like the New York Times and other reporters to tell the company's story in a good way. Because some companies, they don't know how to tell. They have a story and they need a company like Outcast to help them tell that story to the audience or the sellers, consumers. There we go.
Yeah. I was saying, today we went to IBM as well. That's what we're speaking about. And it's kind of similar to this. It's more of a technical workspace. So IBM has clientele as well, and they offer like technical solutions to the different companies' problems that they might have. So we talked about Watson today, and that's one feature that they have that is going to be improving the way we communicate with artificial intelligence, and it improves just the way of life for some companies. I know we were talking about earlier how Watson can help with energy costs. So Watson can help do a lot of different things for different clients that IBM has, and that's their particular goal, and they are nominated in that field and in that range. That's why they've been open and working for like over 100 years now. So yeah.
All right, good answers. All right, so the second question I have here is, what are some things that you guys learned today about the companies and their industries?
So one thing I learned about IBM, well, we had a whole like immersive experience today in regards to Watson, and we were able to see the different roles it plays in our lives. It's I know some people will think like, and some people who aren't as educated, I'll say, in regards to artificial intelligence, they might be thinking, oh, this is a type of programming that's going to like take jobs away, or it's going to be so intelligent that it could confuse or break a human or anything like that. But it doesn't work like that. It works on things that you might need help with, and it's supposed to work hand in hand with humans. So that's one thing we learned. I also learned some of the roles that are at IBM, such as the vice president of the insurance industry in regards to their clients. I also learned about cloud storage, how that serves clients, and then we learned about Watson and how that serves his clients too. So those are the three main things we talked about today with our panelists, who did a really awesome job of talking to us. And what was it? Oh, okay, I answered it.
and now at Outcast, I learned the difference like PR and marketing. Like they said that marketing was more like long term, like how is this product gonna what is gonna be the effect of this product over time, or of not just products but like campaigning too. And then but PR is more like the upfront, the beginning, as far as like blogs, ads, press, and things like that. And I also learned that like a marketing company like Outcast is they hire more than just marketing majors. So they also hire like English majors, humanities majors, history majors, because they work with a lot of content. So sometimes they need those English, humanities, and history majors to like, one, know the background of things and also write the content. So that was very interesting.
Team. All right. So another question that I have here is, what's some advice that you guys have learned today or any time this week as we begin to wrap up that you think needs to be applied to your life or the viewers can find useful?
Oh my gosh. So in regards to like advice, they gave so much good advice on the panel today at IBM. I asked them a question because one thing I noticed is that the 3 panelists that we had all were at IBM for longer than 15 years. And in the technical industry, you don't normally see a lot of people staying at a company for that long of a time. So I asked the question, how have you all been able to keep your skills, not to go obsolete in this forever changing industry? And one thing they said was, you have to go outside and self-study yourself. If you don't control your learning, then your brain is going to waste, because you have so much capacity to learn on your own that you should be able to control it. One thing she also said was on building your key skill set. So there's some things, okay, what are your strengths and what are your weaknesses? But she said, play with your strengths, somebody else to take care of your weaknesses in that regard. So she was explaining how if you have a skill set that somebody's like, oh, I need somebody to do such and such. Oh, Jada. Or I need somebody to do some development work that is very specific to my client. Oh, I know Jasmine knows how to do that perfectly. Let's hire Jasmine. You have that skill set that's like, whatever the work is going to be, it has Jada or Jasmine written all over it. So that's one thing I learned. I also learned in regards to, being Black and being in this industry, unfortunately, at the moment, we are minorities, and there's not a lot of us that we see. And so they were very honest. They said, you're going to deal with ignorance, but you deal it with finesse, and you deal with it with being direct. Don't let things slide. If you want to speak your mind, you have to make things known. You can't let people assume, and some people just don't understand. Mm-hmm. So if you are able to sit down, if something that comes across as racist or as sexist, or if you feel you're just offended in any way, be direct with your management, direct with your employers, so it doesn't go out the window. Your feelings are valid. And diversity is important, and not just the people who've been thought. She explained an instance where one of her employees had a list of people that they were trying to hire, and they were all the same race. There was no diversity. And her problem wasn't with if they're applicable. Her problem was with where is not only the diversity of people, but there's not going to be much diversity inside. So it goes deeper than just, oh, well, they all apply, they all are applicable. Yeah, but are you being inclusive? No.
Right, and then diversity is so important in the world, because with diversity, you bring people of different backgrounds, different experiences, different skill sets. So it's important to have diversity, not just among race, but of gender too, and like I said, background. But I learned a lot of this week, like so much advice. I wish I could tell y'all all, but we don't have enough time for that.
For real. God. If we did, we'd be here for hours.
Right. Yeah. But some of the main things I took away is you don't have to have your whole life planned out. And I know some people, they stress like, oh, I don't know what I want to do in life. But it's okay. Just think about, like Jada said, know yourself. Know what you're good at, know what you like to do, know what values you have. Also, when thinking about what job you want to do, know what you want. What do you want the world to see you as? Okay, me, Renelle. I want to be known, Renelle, the person who gave back to her community. I want to be known for something good. What do you want to be known for? How can you use your skills and abilities to meet that goal of what you want to be known for? And also, like, how would you present yourself to the world? And then as far as like building skills, when you build skills or acquire skills, make sure, try to get skills that are transferable and marketable. Yeah. And what I mean by that is like, don't get a skill that somebody can actually use. all skills are useful, but like make sure you got the ones that you could go from. Like if you want to go from nursing to technology to a teacher, make sure you could just move those skills with you. That's what I mean by transferable and marketable. And then also, one of the lady, Erica at Outcast, she said one thing that really stuck with me. it said you should always be. She said you should always be growing and always be learning. And when you stop doing those things, it's time to move on to the next stage of your life. And that's very important because also, like Jada said, you have to do self-learning.
Yes.
So you can't always depend on somebody to teach you, but we got the internet, we got everything at our hands. So if your professor isn't teaching something that you feel like you need to know, then that's when it's time to get on Google, get on YouTube, and learn it yourself.
Exactly. It's your learning.
Right. And then, and you can't always be waiting for somebody to give things to you. You got to go out and get it. Yeah. And a part of going out and get it is growing and learning.
Yeah.
And, those were like some main things I took away with, not only for myself, but I feel like some of my friends could use too.
Yeah. Next question.
All right. This is my favorite question that I had picked out here. So now that we are concluding the week, we've talked to a varied amount of companies. Mm-hmm. What are some of the consistencies that you are seeing in between the panels that we have saw over the last couple of days, and the advice that you're seeing, and the position that how they got in their position?
Okay. Oh, this is a great question because the one thing that kept on reoccurring is Facebook groups and certain Facebook groups that all the people, or the majority of the people, especially the Black women I met, were in. It's this Facebook group called Black Women in Tech that I need to join immediately. So because out of this entire week, I've heard 4 different women speak on how to end the Black Women in Tech group, and I'm like, okay, so what I got to do to get into that group? So I'm going to figure that out by the end of today. But everything I've learned, so much advice. Networking, building relationships, I've gotten way better at over this entire week. I mean, I'm used to networking, I'm used to communicating with people, but I think establishing relationships and also connecting with people on LinkedIn has been a really, really good emphasis this entire week. I haven't really used LinkedIn before. I've had accounts, but it hasn't been the most descriptive version of myself. So one thing I immediately went back and did was revamp and revitalize my LinkedIn, because I want somebody to connect with me on a personal level and a professional level that meets together. I want them to be able to see an awesome profile of who Jada Grant really is. Mm-hmm. So that was one thing I learned. I'm flipping to the book. Find out what is important to me. Computer science is very broad, and I want to be able to get down to the specific knowledge of what I want to do and what's making me important. I mean, one thing I already know is that I want to get to my community. I know especially little Black girls don't have a lot of opportunities to go out and learn coding or learn computer science. So that's one of the main things I'm going to do. But just finding out what's important to me in regards to my role in a company, or in regards to me even being part of a startup, is one thing I also learned. Being myself and uplifting others is something I've also learned. Being my authentic self and not having to sugarcoat anything. This is the me you're gonna get. There's gonna be different ways that could come about. I don't have to joke all the time. I could be very professional, but for the most part, you're gonna get the same Jada every single day. So I'm not conforming. So that's one thing I learned as well.
Yes, and everything Jada said was great. Especially with networking, they said that networking is very huge, because one, you need to have people who are going to vouch with you, and then also along with networking, you should have a mentor, somebody to guide you along the way, because we don't know everything, we don't know how to do things, especially in places that we have not been. Yeah. So it's good to have a mentor. And also when you find that mentor, you don't just have one mentor. You have a group of mentors. You need a mentor who's going to tell you, all mentors should be very honest with you. If you feel like you don't have a good relationship with your mentor and you're not comfortable with them,
if it's not
find a new mentor.
Not beneficial relationship. Really, and one thing they said was make sure all your relationships are beneficial, in both ways. If you feel like you're getting anything out of it, then it's time to let that go.
Right, because also again, Erica at Outcast, she mentioned reverse mentoring. How can she get perspectives from her mentees and everything and things like that? So what can you get out of it and what can you give to them?
Yeah.
And also another thing that that stuck with me, that it's seemed like everybody said, was also be comfortable with being uncomfortable, because Jada mentioned earlier, you might go into a company that you're probably the only person that looks like you. You don't see nobody else that looks like you. And so you have to be comfortable with being uncomfortable, because that's a part in growing. And when you're in an uncomfortable situation, then you learn how to maneuver and you grow and learn new things. And, you know, like I said, we got to keep growing and learning.
That's the key
to everything. But yeah, that's pretty much it.
And then also I want to add, about mentors. One thing that I got a little piece of from everybody is you have a mentor, or maybe you have some mentors that don't look like you, because they give you the most honest and opinions sometimes. They help you. They might be able to help you in regards to, you know, I want to do better in whatever role I'm doing, and you know, I know my sister will understand me, you know. But sometimes Bill might not understand me. And it's great to get a perspective from that type of person.
Right.
You know, it's great to get that perspective, because then you can take that and you can learn. And like you said, maneuvering, doing certain tasks, doing certain things for yourself to build yourself in whatever you're working or whatever workspace you're in. You know, having someone that doesn't necessarily look like you is one of the keys as well. Because sisters will tell me everything. You know what I mean? So I need to get another perspective sometimes.
Right. And somebody, and also, you know, different, like I said, you need to have more, you need a large network. Because different people bring different things to the table, and different people have different connections. Like, for example, we're on this trip and we was able to go to all these different companies because of connections that was already previously made. So it's important to network, have a mentor, then like Jada said, be yourself. Don't try to walk into a company and because you see a lot of people who don't look like you, you try to act like them. Like, no, if Renelle is gonna be Renelle till the day she dies. And then also, like, don't try to change. If there is a company that does not accept you, maybe you don't need to be that company.
Don't force it.
Because honestly, I know at one point, I was always worried, like, oh, will people take my natural hair? But then somebody told me, she was like, well, you know, that's natural hair. That's you. So are you gonna change your hair because of what other people say? And I'm like, no, can't do that. So she's like, again, if they don't accept you, maybe you shouldn't be there.
If they don't accept you, they're closed-minded,
right?
And that's on them because they miss out on a valuable person,
right?
But
because when you join, I mean, when you are a part of a company, not only are they giving things to you as far as like benefits and everything, but you're also giving your values to them.
Right. It's like, okay, you're my employee. You're my employer, but at the same time, this is the company of Jada, and Jada needs to get everything she got to get out of this relationship too. You know, one thing that there's an exchange going on. You know, like I'm working for you, I'm getting tasks done, but there are some things that actually have to be chucked off for me as well.
Right.
This is a consumer society. Also, it's forever flowing. It's consumer, then it's business, then the worker. Economics will tell you that, right? But I think that about wraps it up for today.
Yeah, I hope you took a lot from this video. Have a good night.
Nothing to say. Good night, y'all.
Good night.
Okay.